Which do you think is more effective in taking out an army of baddies? Stealth or brute force?
Well, it depends on the characteristics of the individual.
What about Batman?
What about Batman? Stealth, of course. He's just a crazy man in a bat costume.
But in the case of Batman versus Superman, he uses brute force with no attempt at stealth at all.
Explain, Boxhead.
One of the coolest fight scenes from The Dark Knight himself, the warehouse infiltration. Batman was set to rescue Superman's mommy, so he flies his giant bat plane over the building, a loud and angry bat machine.
Not stealthy at all.
A few guards outside, with one of them standing on the back of his truck, fires off a giant machine gun at it with no effect. Then Batman opens up his own arsenal of spinning guns, lining up the dude and setting him off in a giant explosion, burning them alive.
Damn.
Batman circles back to the building and radios Alfred to take remote control of the Batplane, where he prepares to crash through the window to surprise his enemies. Alfred then says, "Thermal imaging is showing 2,000 hostiles on the 3rd floor. Why don't we drop you off on the 2nd floor, beneath the 3rd floor?"
If Batman already shot up a truck outside with his high-powered Batplane guns causing a massive explosion, and Alfred says he's got thermal imaging that can read exactly how many hostiles are inside, why doesn't he just shoot him up from there?
Yeah, well, he couldn't risk shooting up Superman's mommy.
It's okay. They got thermal imaging. They've already lost their chance for stealth.
Batman just wings it, crashes through the windows on the 2nd floor beneath it with a bang.
Those gangsters better start heading downstairs.
Nah, they still aim at the brick wall in front of them. And then Batman crashes from the ground and launches up to the ceiling super fast. He throws some cable attachment with detonators to each one of the dude's guns and blasts the weapons out of their hands.
It's actually a pretty nice move. But if the attachments are that precise, they should have lashed those explosives on their heads instead. It's clean, humane, game over from there.
Come on, that's not humane. Batman always makes a grand theatrical entrance with style to instill fear in his enemies first.
Blowing off their heads would have instilled fear for sure. But I think he took the much more difficult route.
Some dudes still have their guns and fire in the gaping hole beneath, hoping they can randomly cap him.
Was every one of them that blind to miss a dude wearing a large black cape rising above them?
Batman is swift. He hooks a wire to one of the guy's legs and it flips him upside down, hanging while landing on another dude, grabbing his gun and spins him around, firing off his machine gun at others, then tossing the dude to the side.
Batman shoots up everyone and then just tosses this one dude aside.
Another guy from a distance picks up his machine gun and starts firing away at Batman, missing him miserably. Batman counters and shoots his bat harpoon into his shoulder. He pulls him in flying, and then he punches him so hard he goes sliding across the floor.
Hang on. If his harpoon gun can pull the weight of a person to come flying in, punching him that hard where he goes sliding in the opposite direction implies an equal or greater amount of force as the harpoon gun itself. That's like the power of a car crash. How is it that Batman has such immense superpowers?
And then the random bearded dude kicks in the door and shows Batman he's about to throw a live grenade at him.
A grenade in a crowded room?
These are desperate and fearful moments for them. Batman takes aim and then kicks the hanging guy across to knock him down, where he fumbles and drops the live grenade.
Wait, Batman kicks a whole person where he can detach from the wire that he's hanging from, then flying onto a man who was about to throw a grenade? What kind of risky move is that? I mean, does he have super bat legs to be kicking him in that precise direction?
Hell yeah. And it paid off in the most badass way.
You know how funny a failure would have been if he'd missed?
And it paid in full, because both homies got blown to bits, setting a wild explosion.
And what was the guy trying to accomplish? Jumping onto a live grenade?
Batman goes off punching the remaining baddies, even lifting one guy so high and then slamming him on his head.
There goes that unlimited bat stamina.
And then some other dudes fire off their guns with no effect, and then they pull out their knives. And then Batman harpoons a large heavy box behind him, throwing it over and crashing one guy across the room, crushing his skull against a wall.
Okay, why did Batman pull an entire crate behind him and then over his head, hoping to line it on a guy in front of him? It's not like he knew the weight of the box, the density of the crate material, and if the guy in front of him would have moved out of the way.
And that's why he's Batman. He's bulletproof and a force to be reckoned with. Another dude attempts to blast him away, making him drop his harpoon gun. Then he gets up and takes out 4 guys at once. Ching, ching, kang, kang, trading punches and blocks. He even punches the last man standing so hard, he does a faceplant.
Unless it was a little kid, there's no reason he'd land like that.
Batman takes down another guy and pummels his head like 10 times. Bop, 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 bop. Then his homie walks right up and shoots Batman in the back of the head.
Oh, there you go.
No use, because Batman's suit is bulletproof all around, and he grabs the guy by the arm and breaks it. More homies come charging in, pulling his cape, fighting him with knives, and then Batman gets stabbed in the shoulder and goes, ah!
I thought his suit was bulletproof.
Batman was pissed. He stabbed the dude right back with his own knife, and took another guy and slammed him into the wall, breaking a hole right through.
Oh, some more of that unexplainable inhuman power.
The 24 baddies were cleared. It was time to rescue Superman's mommy. Batman punches her right through the wall and grabs the guard holding his big-ass gun.
Wait, what? The big boss has a flamethrower aiming straight at the hostage's face, and Batman wastes precious time punching through a solid wall hoping to grab the guard? What if the wall wasn't as perishable as he thought?
Again, Batman makes grand entrances to instill fear into his enemies. The flamethrower guy threatens to take out his hostage and screams, I'll kill her. Believe me, I'll do it.
Shouldn't flamethrower guy be standing behind the hostage and aim his weapon at Batman instead? He's a wide open target. And it's not like the hostage is tied up. She could have made a mad dash at any point.
It's the payoff. The finale. Batman uses his enemy's gun and perfectly shoots the flamethrower guy's fuel pack. Then he runs across the room, jumps onto the hostage to shield her from the guy blasting into smothering pieces.
Is this Batman supposed to be that dense? Holding an enemy, firing off his gun to a flamethrower pack across the room, a high risk of missing that small target, and then rushing across to grab the hostage to shield from the blast? Flamethrower guy could have pulled his trigger on a hostage at any of those moments.
It's cinematically exciting. These things are choreographed to extremes to disconnect from reality and shows why Batman is the GOAT.
Yeah, but why did Batman even bother fighting all those dudes at the beginning when he could have just went straight to this room where the hostage is already? There's a window right there too. He had thermal imaging, wall penetrating abilities. Could have just grabbed Superman's mommy with his bat harpoon and then bailed in that bulletproof batplane of his.
He needed to eliminate the army of hostiles before the goal was approachable.
No, I don't think so. He could have just cut straight in front of the line. He's got too many toys but doesn't seem to know how to use them properly. No thanks to Alfred.
This is a different kind of Batman. Brute force, fear-inducing. The Dark Knight is a powerhouse of incredible extremes.
Extremely reckless. Superman's mommy would have said the same thing, you know.
We don't need to know. What's important is that he got the job done.
Should have gone stealth.